Hey y'all, and welcome back to the channel. The other day I was bourbon hunting when I spotted two bottles that really caught my eye, and they were relatively inexpensive. They just had good marketing on the front. So I thought I should just pick those up and take them home to see if there's anything interesting to tell about them. And there actually is. So I'm excited to show you guys Bourbon Y'all and Rye Y'all. What's interesting about these is not only who they're made by, but how they're made. So let's get into it. So these carry the label of Town Distillery out of Little Rock, Arkansas. And Town's a pretty cool operation. When Phil Brandon first fired up the stills in 2010, he was the first legal distillery in Arkansas since prohibition. That means for over 80 years, Arkansas made zero legal whiskey. Another cool thing about these guys is they are sourcing all their grains from within about 100 miles of the distillery, making them a true grain-to-glass product. So that's where these guys come in. It's a fun label, but if you look closely, it actually says Kentucky Straight on the label on an Arkansas Distillery's bottle. When I started digging into it, the answer was actually way cooler than they just sourced some whiskey from Kentucky. So here's what's actually going on. Back in March of 2020, Phil got into the Bardstown Bourbon Company's collaborative distilling program. And here's what's neat about that program. It lets you use your own recipe and your own grains. So he didn't just get some mystery Kentucky juice off the shelf. What he actually did was he shipped over 180,000 pounds of Arkansas-grown grain to Bardstown from a company called Stratton Seed out of Stuttgart, Arkansas. Had it distilled, barreled, and then shipped back and aged in Arkansas. So think about that. It's Arkansas grain, Arkansas recipe, Arkansas aging, Arkansas bottling, with just a quick pit stop in Kentucky for the distilling. In fact, that's the only reason they can legally put Kentucky on the label, because that's where the still was. For a $25 liter, that's a surprising amount of effort. And judging off the labels, they're not trying to pretend this stuff is anything it's not. It's a fun, approachable, 92 proof whiskey with an actual cool story behind it. Well, enough talk about them. Let's pour them out and see if they're any good. All right, for the bourbon. The bourbon's very sweet on the nose. Not much ethanol. There's a little butterscotch going on in there. All right, first sip. It's very mellow, little sweet forward, little hints of vanilla and butterscotch in there. Almost no finish. This stuff just goes down. You can go right back in for another sip. Okay, on the nose, the rye definitely has some rye spice. It's also very muted and a little sweet forward as well. All right, first sip. It's got all the rye characters, but they're just a little toned down. Again, though, like the bourbon, there's almost no finish. You could just go right back to this thing, almost like it's made to be a day pour. Okay, now after having tried both of these, I'm just gonna say it. These punch well above their price tag. At $50 for 2 liters of whiskey, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck here. They're both very approachable, they're very soft, they're very easy to drink. And it's a Kentucky-Arkansas hybrid, which, when are you gonna get an opportunity to try something like that? And that's Bourbon Y'all and Rye Y'all. I haven't seen much on Whiskey Talk about these, so if you've had it, please leave a comment below and let others know what you think. Also, if you like this video, do all the standard social media things, and tune in next time, because here, the pour tells the story.